Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Rage Against the Dice. Now this is our first video since quarantine occurred, and it's going to be a bit different. You know me, I like to do things a little different always. But no, normally what you'd get is a Star-Lord video, and then separately you'd get a Rocket and Groot video, in which we look at the cards, we look at the models on the sprue, and then I build the models and show you the models off. As it so happens, I've already built the models because I couldn't resist. This is one of the factions that I'm absolutely, ecstatic about starting. They've been sprayed black undercoat because I still work in black undercoats for the most part. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the models, and then we're going to go in separately and we're going to have a look at the cards and stuff as we would normally do. But we're just going to do both sets at once. Yeah, hopefully you guys managed to pick these up. I know at the moment companies like Firestorm, I think Goblin Gaming, Wayland are all still running. So if you haven't picked yours up, you can still pick them up. I think Chaos Cards is another one. I would definitely not recommend using... who is it? By the by, the ones I've said are the ones I would use if I was you. Anyone else doesn't really deserve your time or money. But yeah, they are still running, so, throw them a bit of cash. So the first one we're going to look at is Star-Lord. Is my camera going to decide to play ball with us today? So yeah, guys, I am using some of my spare old equipment because a lot of the new equipment is left at our games club. But yeah, the detail on this guy is gorgeous. The black really doesn't do him justice, really. I wish I had Sparks here because Sparks is painted and it looks fantastic. This model's a bit of a nightmare to put together, if I'm honest, and if I kept the instructions, we'll have a look. But his head is in multiple parts. In fact, no, that's not true. He's not a nightmare. He looked like he was going to be a nightmare because his head is in 4 parts with the hair as a 5th, I think. Yeah, and then his 2 coattails were separate. And it's all about lining those up right. But yeah, so the next one we're going to look at is my man, Rocket. Now, this model was an absolute joy to put together. It wasn't many parts. The nose and a bit of the mouth do go in together, but it was really, really simple to do. Again, he's really small, so it's hard to pick up any detail on him. Of them, because Sparks painted this one as well, he says this was the hardest of the 3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look across at Groot. Now, Groot's gorgeous. Now, this is a much more comic booky look than a lot of you would be used to. It's a more modern-y comic book look as well, so it isn't how I remember Groot from the early days, but it's also not how moviegoers would remember it. And I think it's a nice little happy medium, so there's Groot. And I'm absolutely looking forward to getting some paint on Groot. He's probably going to be the one I paint first, not just because he's going to be the easiest. I mean, you could just dry brush him or contrast him if you want, but I won't be. I'll be trying to keep him tied in with the rest of my models. So yeah, let's look at the cards. What I'm going to do is, because you guys don't need to see that, is I'm going to get all the cards out for the 2 separate boxes so you can see what comes in each. So here's my 2 piles. First thing we're going to look at is the instructions on how to put together Star-Lord. So it starts off up here. You can see these 2 bits go together. Also, it is 4 parts. Then the front bit for the face, and then the helmet. These bits attach to the boots, and that attaches to the boots. So yeah, so all in this is 9 steps long. It actually looks a lot easier than it is, trust me. So yeah, I'm going to pop this to one side. This one doesn't have the rules on it for Infinity Gems, but we do already have that, and it is in the new downloadable book. So yeah, guys, that's one thing. It's like a living rule book, so definitely check for updates. I know at the moment there's a brand new Hulk excursion. Yeah, there's a new Hulk mission up that you guys should download. It's free. So here you can see Rocket. Rocket's only 5 steps. There's the bit I said that goes in, which is nose and a part of his mouth. And the body clips together, and then it's the tail and the arm. So technically it's like 6 steps because you're not going to put the tail and the arm on at the same time, but it's so easy to go together. And again, Groot's not hard. It's like 9 or 10 steps. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Get absolutely easy compared to some of the other models to put together. I think I built the whole thing in about half an hour. As with always, you get the cardboard in there to protect it. And then, of course, we've got the 2 packets. So we're going to look at the two different guys. Sorry, the three different models in turn. So we get more tokens. So you get here some actual status tokens, some energy tokens. And I'm guessing these are going to relate to the mission that you get with Star-Lord, because you do get a mission with Star-Lord, because he is the faction leader. So yeah, the same quality tokens as always. We don't really need to go into that, although you know I want to. So let's have a look. Guardians of the Galaxy. Now this is interesting, because look how many people are listed within the Guardians of the Galaxy. Star-Lord, Gamora, Nebula, Rocket, Groot, Drax, Ronan the Accuser, and Angela. And Angela also showed up on the Asgardians. I think we mentioned that on the Asgardian unboxing video. So that's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. So then we get ourselves an extraction, and it's a 19 threat extraction. It's called Panic Grips the City as evacuation efforts continue. Place 4 civilian tokens, which were those tokens we saw earlier, as indicated on map B. Players score 1 victory point for each citizen held by a character they control during the cleanup phase. So you interact with a citizen to pick it up. A character cannot hold more than 1 citizen. Yeah, Groot should be able to, but I get why you can't. During its activation, a character holding a citizen may evacuate the citizen, spending 6 power. The character controlling it immediately scores 2 victory points and removes the citizen. So you can get rid of the citizens. Of course, you're not going to claim the victory points each turn, but it does stop other people like killing you and taking them. So I can see why it has its advantages. And as I said, it's an extraction, which is a red. So yeah, another mission. That's really good. We've got an Infinity Gem, giving me 2 so far. I think it's 2. Yes, I'm going to say it's 2. Yeah, because you got 1 with Loki and then you get this one. During the power phase, this character gains 2 additional power instead of the normal 1 for having an Infinity Gem. And other than that, it works exactly the same as the other Infinity Gems. In terms of taking them as a character within your normal 10-man roster, etc., etc. We are going to look at the Infinity Gems, hopefully when Thanos comes out, as a big thing. But yeah, so this is the crew of the Milano. It's Guardians of the Galaxy and it's active. Any number of allied Guardians of the Galaxy characters may spend 1 power to play this card. Each character that spent a power removes all special conditions and cannot suffer special conditions this round. So that's really, really good. And it's very situational, but that's the case with this game. It works in that kind of nice little space where this is brilliant for this occasion, as opposed to, oh, this isn't all singing, all dancing, all encompassing super card. Now, some of them are really, really good in all situations, but yeah, I like that one. That's really good. And then we've got here Rocket Boots, and it's unaffiliated. So an allied character may play this card. This character gains the flight innate superpower this round. At the end of the round, roll 1 die. If the result is a blank, the character gains the stun condition. If it's a skull or a critical fail, the character gains stagger and stun special condition. On any other result, they may advance a small. So it's pretty good. And the artwork on it's obviously gorgeous because it's Spider-Man, and we know my love of Spider-Man. So this is Star-Lord's card. So he's got 6 stamina. He moves a medium. He's a height 2 and he costs 3 threat to higher. He's got 3s all around on his defense, and he's got an elemental gun as his first basic attack. It's got a distance of 4. You roll 5 dice and it doesn't cost you anything to do. And of course, as you can see, it's an energy-based attack. After the attack is resolved, the character gains power equal to the damage dealt. So it's his basic slam attack, or smash attack. I think it's called smash. Yeah, and then he has full auto, which again is a distance of 4, but he rolls 7 dice this time instead of 5. And it costs 3 power to do. However, it does have a wild on it, which is Elemental Blast. After this attack is resolved, for each wild in the attack roll, the defending character gains 1 of the special conditions. So bleed, shock, slow, or stun. So that's pretty good because you can just, with a couple of, or 2 turns of shooting, you can pile up all those on him. if you've got the power to do so. So it's pretty exciting. So he has a Guardians of the Galaxy affiliation power, which is called Winning It. Once per round at the start of the turn, you may choose an allied character and discard a team tactics card to use this leadership ability. The chosen character gains 3 Winging It tokens. After rerolling an attack dice, defense dice, or dodge dice, it may discard 1 Winging It token to reroll up to 2 of its dice. Only 1 Winging It token may be discarded per roll, and remove all Winging It tokens from that character during the next cleanup phase. So, yeah, I wouldn't say that's one of the strongest affiliation powers, but I can see situationally it coming in handy. Yes, so the next one is Plucky Attitude. When attacking, if this character rolled no hits, then it may re-roll all of its current attack dice. When defending, if this character rolled no blocks, it may re-roll all of its current defense dice. So that's really good. Obviously, it is re-rolls, but it's situational re-rolls. You're not going to get re-rolls all the time. You just get them if you rolled no hits or in defending no blocks. So that's pretty cool. So you've got Flight, and then it can be the gem bearer of the power gem. And I like this, the way it's specific. So that one goes for this character. So let's flip him and see how he stacks up. So he goes down to 5 stamina. Other than that, is he all the same? He is. So he's a good character. He's a strong 3-point model. He's a leader. So if you want to take the Guardians, you really want him in there. But yeah, I think next we're going to have to go take a look over at Rocket and Groot. These guys really do come as a pair, not just in terms of buying them physically, but as in within the game. They have a lot of rules that benefit one another, and we're going to have... So by the power of the internet, here they are. So as you can see, you get more tokens. Now these are very Groot specific ones, so I'm assuming they link to either a card or Groot's character himself. But yeah, you get the Guardian symbols. Of course, you get these bad boys. So once again, I could gush over tokens forever, and you guys know me. I am known too. But we'll move on. So this is Deadly Duo. So it's unaffiliated, but during Rocket's activation, if he is within 2 of an allied Groot, both characters may spend 2 each to play this card. Rocket Raccoon may immediately perform up to 3 plasma rifle attack. Each attack must target a different enemy character, so that's really cool. I can see points in the game where this is going to come in really, really handy. And as you'll see when we have a look at Rocket's range on his plasma rifle, it's got a decent range. It's a range of 5. So, yeah. We'll look at it when we get to Rocket's card, but you'll see that it's pretty good. It's really, really good. And then the other is We Are Groot, which is unaffiliated once again. Groot may spend 3 to play this card. Groot, an allied character. Oh, sorry. It's one of those days. So yeah, so Groot may spend 3 to play this card. Groot and an allied character within 4 of him remove 2 damage each. So he just heals. And again, you're going to keep Rocket near him, so it's pretty good. I can see how that would come in useful. So let's have a look at Rocket now. So here he is, my favourite raccoon, or he's certainly in my top 3 raccoons of all time anyway. So yeah, he comes with 3 stamina, so he's easy to kill. Caveated, as we'll see later on. He's a medium, he's a size 1, and he costs 2 to hire. He's got a 2, 2, and a 3 on his defense, as you can see on the screen there, which is physical, energy, and then mystic. His plasma rifle rolls 5 dice and has got a distance of 5, or a range of 5. After this attack is resolved, the character gains power equal to the damage dealt. So that card we were looking at before, where you can shoot 3 times 3 different ones, he's going to build up energy pretty quick if you get some good rolling. You know, sparks like rolling. And then he has the Hadron Enforcer, which again is a range of 5. Rolls 7 dice and it costs him 4 to do, but wilds have Vortex. Before damage is dealt, other enemy characters within 2 of this target suffer 1 damage and are pushed towards the target character small. So that's pretty good. And it is specific to saying other enemy characters, so it's not going to affect your own people, which is fantastic. But then we'll go and look at his special powers. So he has Booby Trap, which costs 3. When an enemy character ends a move within 3 of this character may use the superpower. Roll 4 dice. The enemy character suffers 1 damage for each critical or wild rolled. So it's pretty good. if you can get him close, and then you can do Hadron Enforcer, and you can pull models close to get them within the 3, then you can booby trap them as well. It must work like that. That's how I imagine it working anyway. So yeah, so Rocket also has small stature, which means he's small character and he always benefits from cover. So, you know, little people and whatnot, see, being short's sometimes an advantage. But then he has personal bodyguard. When this character is the target of an attack and an allied Groot is within one of this character, you may use this superpower. It costs nothing. The allied Groot becomes the target of the attack regardless of range or line of sight. So, again, you want to keep Groot and Rocket close. And then we flip them over. And yeah, I think it's identical. Yeah, so in terms of it, Rocket, he's just a 2-point model. He's a gorgeous, fantastic, mega beast 2-point model. And here we have Groot. So he is Groot. He's got 7 stamina. He can only move a short. He's a size 3 and he costs 3. He's got 4, 2 and 3 on his defenses. He has 2 physical attacks, which is Strike, which is distance of 2 and rolls 5 dice, and we all know what Strike does by this stage. And then I Am Groot, which costs him 6. It's only got a range of 2, but it rolls 8 dice. Before this damage is dealt, the character may throw the target character medium. So that's pretty good as well. After this attack is resolved, the target character gains the stagger special condition. So I Am Groot costs you a lot of power, but it's definitely worth doing. Then you've got Living Plant. Remove 3 damage from this character, and it costs you 2. So, you know, you can keep Groot relatively healthy. That doesn't say that it can only be done once per turn as well, or once per round. So, yeah. I wonder if that'll get routed. I don't know. And then Tangling Vines. Choose an enemy character within 3. It gains the Root special condition. Let's flip it around and look at the other side. And it's the same. So 7 small, 3, 3, 4, 2, 3. There's 4, 2, 3, isn't it? Yep. Strike, I Am Groot. Strike, I Am Groot. Living Plant, and Tangling Vines. So yeah, guys, that's the 3 that you can get so far. Of course, the next ones out are Gamora and Nebula. And then, yeah, we'll have to see. Things are obviously a little bit different now due to the circumstances, and Asmodee have said that they're putting back some release dates and things like that because, you know, health and safety, and under the circumstances, even an a-hole like me can completely understand why they're doing it. But, that being said, there's some gorgeous models. If you haven't got them, place your order. If you're in the UK, as I said, there's Element Games, I think still has them. Chaos Cards, Wayland, maybe Goblin Gaming, and I know definitely Firestorm Games have some stock of Marvel stuff. So get your money in. It'll take a couple of extra days due to the postage. If you're in the US, look for any local stockists who are still open, even if it's just online. Normally, I would obviously give you the old support your local spiel, but under the circumstances, we don't want to be going out. Hopefully, like us, the Battle Bunker in the northeast of England is fantastic, and they are doing online. So if you're in the UK and you want to order, I know they do have Marvel Crisis Protocol stock, and I always have Battle Bunker's link in the description below, so you can check them out. But anyway, guys, hopefully you guys are keeping safe. You know, you're only going out when you need to. You know, how are you spending this time so far? Are you modelling? Are you building terrain? Are you painting up scenery? Let me know what you guys are up to, because, you know, we're all under a bit of stress. A lot of us are under, you know, lock and key, working from home. There are those who aren't lucky enough to be able to work from home, and they're putting, you know, their lives in danger so that they can look after other people and so that they can provide food and stuff like that. So, you know, be kind to each other. It doesn't take much, does it? Pray the dice gods, guys, and hope they smile upon you. Take care. Bye now.